What's happening, guys? Yours truly, Xavier Smith. Hello, Facebook world. Hello, YouTube world. It's yours truly, Xavier Smith, aka Mr. XL Smith, aka Coach X. You know the one. I've got all the names, all the aliases, but only one mission. I've been sent here to impact, inspire, and improve the lives of others on a daily basis. And today, I got some help to my left or right, depending on which way you're watching this. We're going to be talking with my main man, Aaron Riggs. We got a lot to talk about. We are getting ready to have a conversation of excellence. So if you are into stuff like that, then here's what I want you to do. I want you to stay tuned. All righty. Welcome back to the show, guys. My name is Xavier Smith, and I want to introduce you to my guy, Aaron Riggs from California, my old stomping grounds. Aaron, how the heck are you doing today, bro?
Fabulous, fantastic, and fun is my modus operandi.
That's what I'm talking about right there, man. Love that. Well, listen, I just like to dive right into it. There's a lot of people out there, and you and I are on kind of the same frequency. So when I mention the words levels and layers, you are all tuned into that. So hopefully we'll get into a little bit of a few layers and levels of what this is. As you can see at the top of the moniker, we are talking about conversations of excellence. Really no agenda other than broadcasting our particular frequencies. And for those who are tuned in, tapped in, and turned on to what we are doing, then this is for you. On the agenda for today, we're going to get into a conversation about manifesting ideas, bringing them to market, the power of productive play, and a little bit about current projects that my main man Aaron is working on. So with that said, let's just dive right in. Aaron, you are in what I'm looking at behind you is a new background, somewhat different from when we last talked. Can you talk to me about what has changed as far as your geographic location, and how much change for the good has that brought to you?
Well, it's definitely a change in location as well as circumstances. I was up in the mountains, kind of on a personal retreat, if you will, and now I'm on the coast, and so it's a whole different story. Up in the mountains, it's great. There's nature, and there's a lot of time to be with yourself and get to know yourself.
Ooh.
And it was really a good experience for me. But now I'm here in the beach area, which, if you know anything about beach areas, are somewhat packed and crowded, and tourist crowds come in on the weekends, and so it's a lot more populous. I'm definitely invigorated to get out there and be part of that thing we call society in a contributing positive way. You know, now that I see what I am through the last year of being, up on the hills, kind of in solitude, my fortress of solitude, and bringing what I've discovered as far as my personal energy, like you're saying, my personal frequency, and how that really does affect others, and bringing it, down to mainstream, if you will, rather than being up in the hills with my own self and my own thoughts, but taking these things to the mainstream, to the market, if you will. And the setting kind of fits with the mindset. I'm off of Thought Mountain, where I'm thinking, more internalizing, and down here in the real interactive city with a lot of people that I could hopefully potentially, help or contribute in some way to the positivity of everything. Nice.
I like that. So you have a spirit of helping and serving. And that brings to mind a question, because this screen that people might be looking at both now live or maybe on a replay, this actually belies the stature of you, Aaron, because you're a pretty big guy. So let's talk about physicality, because I stand 6'2", 240, 50 pounds. What about you?
I am 6'4", about 220, 225, give or take, depending on the season.
Right. So guys like us, we come into a room and we can turn heads, depending on what kind of frequency we're broadcasting. So it speaks to the power of how intention and how we choose to show up. So you've learned some things while on high. You're bringing that frequency down into the mainstream. So that brings me right into our first topic, manifesting ideas to the market. What does that really mean from your perspective?
Well, I could take this at two angles, so I'll take it at the most basic and simple and straightforward angle, which is ideas aren't really very valuable unless they're brought forward into some type of realistic, applicable manifestation. So, to have an idea to improve your environment or improve the world around you, improve your financial situation is one thing, but to actually take that idea, that thought, and bring it into the real world is kind of my focus, my intention of using that term, manifest to market. Now, we can take, for instance, my actual moving to the coast as something that I basically manifested into market, if you will, manifested into my reality, because at one time it was just an idea. It was just a thought I had in my head. I'm sitting up there in the mountains, beautiful Santa Margarita, Pozo, California, thinking, okay, I've had enough time up here in my solitude and solace. It's great. It's time for a change. I need to find a new place towards the city, closer to the store, somewhere where I can interact with more people. Yeah. Well, until I took some action and really started doing that manifestation process, it was only in my mind. But as you can see here from my surroundings, it's now in my reality.
Nice.
So there's a very specific process which I go through, which not only can take what I think I want in my life, but what I think I want to present as far as business offerings, as far as, I have an idea for an invention or a course, or I want to do this membership site, or I want to do a program, or whatever it is that you are holding in your mind. You use that exact same process and bringing that into the marketplace, creating an offer, making it a business, if you will, out of an idea. So it was a thought. Now it's a business in the real world. And that's, to me, it's a very simple process because I use it for everything I want. But, that's kind of what I love to do. I love helping people take that idea, squeeze their brain until I get a nice juice, put it through the Jack LaLanne juicer, get that juice out, and then we have something going.
Nice. Hey, well, I want to take a moment to pause and recognize one of our viewers who dropped the love button. So if you're watching this live with us, go ahead and show us some love, is my promise. And I'm sure it's Aaron's promise too. My motto here personally is you show me love, I promise you I'll show it right back. So thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the viewership. We appreciate that. So here's what you want to do is drop those emotions and let Facebook and let YouTube know that we're up to something good, because Aaron is a teammate of mine. We want to bring more good, positive vibes into the world because we already have enough of the negative, low energy vibe. Would you not agree, Aaron?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's a good segue to our next little topic, the power of productive play, because all this manifestation stuff really it taps into an emotional energy, a heart energy, which if you're not in a mode of play and happiness and joy, let's face it, it cannot be the most pleasant thing. And have you ever had those days where you're just stressing out about everything and you're trying your darndest to get everything done and everything backfires in your face and turns out 10 times as hard as you thought it would be, and ends up that you spend all day going in circles. You have to undo what you did yesterday to redo it right. And that is one of the most basic things, but it's one of the most important keys to realize when you're manifesting into your world. It's attaching to your emotions. If you're in this negative space, doubting Thomas or sad Sally, that's what's going to reverberate into your reality.
Yes.
On the most basic level, whether you're conscious of it or not. So when you are aware of being productive and being in a playful mode, being in that childlike mind of happiness, pleasure. I'm working with people I enjoy, doing things I enjoy. It's not a have to, it's a get to. It's not a work, it's a play. Yet at the same time, this playfulness, this play is getting things done. Because, let's face it, that's what, you got to have something to put the bacon on the table.
Right.
And and that is just amazing how productive, what a state of flow and the zone you become, that zone, just by getting into that child play set. I'm not here to work, I'm here to play. I'm looking forward to this conversation of excellence, not as something I have to do. Oh, if I don't do this, my business will never get heard. No one will ever hear my story. It's something I get to do. I'm enjoying my moments with Xavier. Talking about stuff that's fun to me, that's fun to you. Right. Yet at the same time, like you're saying, we can republish and repurpose this very content of our happy moments. Yeah. And that spreads our vibration, spreads the word. And yes.
That's a great segue for me, because I got a question for you, Aaron. Do you believe that there is a difference between forced action and inspired action?
Oh, absolutely.
Explain.
Absolutely. Let's just take it to the most basics. I have to get to work to pay the bills. I'm going to force myself to get up. How happy are you? Are you excited? Are you having fun yet?
Yeah.
Inspired. I'm inspired. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Today's Thursday. Today's my online day. I got some stuff to do. I get to hang out with my partner on our project. I hopefully can get a hold of some other people, like you, Xavier, for an interview. I'm excited. Wow, I can't wait. My day is already pumped just thinking about it versus force. Oh, I don't want to go to work. So you're already thinking about it the night before on Sunday night, Tuesday night. I got to go to work tomorrow. I got to get to bed early so I can even wake up and have a moment to myself to get a cup of coffee or take a hot shower just so I can deal with those guys at work, those girls at work that are not my friends. They're not happy. It's not a fun place. It's a paycheck. I have to, if I don't do it, I don't pay rent.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's see what Aaron right here is talking about, folks. I just want to pause and look right into the camera, because most people, and this is my definition, I don't know if Aaron would agree with me or not, but most people live their life in default mode where they're just reacting, not even contemplating, not going inward enough. Like my man, Aaron, he spent a significant amount of time getting to know himself. So that to me is living on purpose versus somebody who's born, you get this script dumped on you, like you got to go to school, you got to get good grades, you got to go and work a job for the rest of your life to pay your bills and then die. That to me is BS, because you haven't asked that human to consider what they want. And so me and Aaron are here to be ushers, to guide people. First of all, you got to ask yourself, what do you want? Because I bet you if you spent time with yourself, you would be focusing more on what you don't want. And that's a different frequency. When you ask yourself what you want and you start answering that question with 100% confidence without apologizing to anybody for it, that's when you're on the path of creating, like on purpose, like my guy, Aaron. So that's all I wanted to say about that. I don't know if you had anything to add to that, Aaron.
Well, that kind of, one of the recent projects that I'm doing is, we call it Introduction to Breathwork, or Breathwork Discovery.
Yeah.
And that is, kind of taking what you're saying. Are you living with intention? Or are you living by default? Well, are you breathing with intention, or are you breathing by default? Are you taking the time to be consciously aware of when you're in default mode, or when you could stop and say, hey, I'm going to breathe with intention? And that's just a simple, basic, overall idea behind breath work, but it applies to life, because life and breath go hand in hand. That brings in the oxygen, that last molecule, which allows the human body to convert energy into usable energy. All this stored energy into usable energy. You need oxygen. It's the life force. Breath is life. Are you breathing with intention? Are you breathing passively? Are you even observing or aware of your breath, of your life? So this is where I think it, where I like to blur the lines. All is one. They all interrelate together. Your breath is your life force, is your thoughts. But really, like what you're saying, are you living in intention, or are you living by default? Are you waking up and just not even aware that every minute you have the choice? So that the breath work really just kind of struck me as, that's what we're doing with breath, and that's what it's all about, breath and life. So,
well, let's put a spotlight on that. Let's put a spotlight on that, Aaron, because that's one of your projects that you're most recent projects that you're working on, right?
Yeah. We're finishing up the course and going into the promotion phase here in the next couple weeks.
Awesome. I can share a story real quick because my appointment that I was telling you about earlier, my daughter had made arrangements for us to, as a couple, get a massage. So me and Mighty Mouse went out to Scottsdale, and we got pampered for like an hour and a half. And during that, I like the deep tissue type massages. And so my guy that was working my body was getting some pressure points, and I had to like focus on intentionally exhaling so it wouldn't feel like a pain, but I can feel my body like releasing the tension. And there was a couple of pieces of pairs of muscles that were really super duper tight because of the training I was doing. So fortunately, it didn't feel so much like a pain, but more of a muscle relaxation / release because of my breathing. So I'm sure Aaron can take people from what their default breathing and into a more intentional breathing. And I'm telling you guys, this stuff, right, what we're talking could be life-changing if you allow it to be.
Oh yeah. I mean, just going through the course, I mean, I've practiced various forms of meditation, different techniques I've learned over time, but putting together a discovery course,
nice,
has been kind of eye-opening to the actual number and variety of breathing techniques, and how so many parts of it overlay, like being conscious, being aware, watching, listening to your body. But it was just eye-opening to say, okay, this is a pretty popular thing. People talk about breathing all the time, but let's put together a discovery course. And, there's so many various techniques for various reasons, from holotropic, let's produce DMT and get that holotropic, pain spitting, different yogic traditions, different psychological aspects, different physiological aspects, and all these different techniques are introduced here in the course. And that's kind of, I don't know how far we want to go on the conversation, but I'm not an expert on everything. I'm not claiming to be the end all be all breath master, especially when we're talking about different techniques. I may be pretty good at one, but I can't be that good at them all. But I know that in your business model, you provide resources for people. They're coming to you. Okay, let's get that workout. Let's get that inspiration. But you know what? I want to buy some dumbbells. I want to buy some boxing gloves. You give them a resource with that discount. And that's through an associate or affiliate referral program. And so, I wanted to kind of pick your brain about that, because that's what I'm not going to be a Qigong teacher. I am not no master, 14th level black belt Qigong master. I can introduce it to you. I can put together a great course. It's a great idea, introduction, give you some insight on my side. But when it comes to that expert level training, I've done a little bit of research on it. And there are some affiliate programs, even for, certified Qigong schools and Qigong masters, to where I can say, hey, you want that advanced course? Here's a reference. Here's a resource that attaches somehow to my business model. And I was just hoping to get a little bit of insight on that, because here's the context. I don't know if you've heard, we've been simmering in the background as part of the Conscious Leadership Network, doing a seasonal summit that somehow, ties not only all our free resources within the CLN, but some of these advanced things that, you're doing your handstand things. A lot of people are doing like the gene keys, the body talk, me with my breath work, my Empower the Imagination, Manifesting Ideals to Market. But as a group, we're going to be promoting this CLN Summit with all these great speakers, all this great content. And I'm trying to figure out, how does that look? If I'm out there promoting the event to 1,000 people, I haven't had time to work on my offer. Yet I'm out there spreading the word about everyone else's offer, and just try and get some insight as far as like, can you track these referral links to where say, okay, someone in my breathwork course wants that special cover the face mask that you just happen to have through your health affiliate system. Is there a way I can put that product link as a resource to my people, track that, so where when someone comes from me and buys it through your system, I get a little bit of business kickback for doing exactly what I want, when I want, with who I want, and being productively playful.
Well, I can definitely answer that. The short answer is yes. And the other caveat I would put to that is even in that space, there are levels and layers to it. And like you said, Aaron, you said you were not the be all end all Qigong expert or the breathing guru. However, I also am not the be all end all expert to the affiliates. I just know my world and what's been working for me, because I've been, at the game of personal training since 2007, and I built from the ground up, simply asking people for their reviews. And because of that simple, very effective model, I've been able to acquire like over 106 5-star reviews on my Google business page alone. And I got others on other platforms that, so in total, I got probably like 140 reviews out there, and only one of them has been a 4-star. That's pretty, I think that's pretty incredible for an independent trainer such as myself, because the next biggest entity out there with as many reviews as I have is like LA Fitness, and they're like national brand. So to answer your question about affiliates, the steps that took for me is like, once I got those reviews out there and people across the globe can start to see and get a feel for the type of trainer I am, that got me noticed by another entity out in California who owns the Plaza platform. And basically, in a nutshell, I am tapped into 100, like over hundreds. There's so many different brands and they're jumping on like every day, but I'm tapped into access to the manufacturers, a direct relationship with them, which allows me as a trainer to offer them discounts where they won't be able to find them at bigger, like big box entities, like the Amazons of the world and stuff like that. This gives an opportunity for the smaller guy like myself to get into the market, develop a relationship with the clients because the trust is already there. I simply make a recommendation. They get the link on their phone. They tap the buy now button and it's out of my hands. The shipment is on the way to them. And all I have to do is check up on them and make sure that everything is happy or everybody's happy. And right now, I'm currently getting ready to develop a resource where I'm helping other independent trainers learn how to develop this revenue stream so they can go into their personal training business with a little bit more confidence and in some cases a little bit more money, because I gotta tell you the truth, it's tough. I've lasted over 5 years doing what I do, and I stay right out of my garage. So that's my next project for me, is helping people build an income machine from their garage, and I can share with you how to do it, some of the pitfalls you need to avoid, all that good stuff. So to answer your question, yeah, there are ways you can track all of that activity. and it eventually gets tracked back to you. It just has to be set up properly.
All right, yeah, that's what I was hoping to hear.
Nice.
Gives me some hope to kind of integrate these things.
Awesome.
Rather than just saying, oh yeah, you look up on the internet and find a place, I can say, hey, no, I've looked into these places. Yeah. These are kind of what we think, the review, and yeah. Excellent.
There's there's gone are the days where, I know a lot of people, especially in my position, whether they're trainers or coaches or somebody that has some sort of authority, they recommend a product. The person goes to Amazon, and that chance of reciprocation is gone unless they have an affiliate account with Amazon. But sometimes people are doing so much, they're putting so much value into their clients' lives. It would be nice to get some of that back in the form of compensation. So the platform that I happen to have is one that's a lot better than, getting paid peanuts or actually nothing sometimes for all the efforts that you put in, all the professional knowledge that someone has acquired and pouring it back into the community. It's very nice to be compensated, when you do make that recommendation. And I got a few of them, but the biggest one that we're talking about in this conversation is the Plaza, because it's a fitness realm. It covers the gamut from supplements all the way down to the best running shoes. I got you covered. And so, I'm looking for people who are in that position who want to develop an additional revenue stream. Well, I can help you do that. So it's fun to be in that space because everybody is getting a win-win-win. And that's the only business model I will adopt, is if I can't help somebody else win, I'm not doing it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So you're saying your current project is based around showing people basically what you're doing.
Yeah. I mean,
showing people how to take from the fitness in the garage to a bigger audience, and rather than just saying, go to Big Five, you're going to need some weights, you're going to need some gloves, go to Big Five. You're able to say, hey, I got a discount for you. This good ratings. Yep. You could check it out and order it online if you choose, and build your a little bit more business income. Because I mean, really.
Oh yeah.
That's the game, is when I'm doing productive play. Yeah, you're looking for fun and exciting ways to add a little bit of payday to your play.
Right. Why not? Because most of my time is spent. I mean, I've spent years in developing my knowledge, developing my skill set, knowing that I wanted to use my life. Now, people that are watching, you probably don't know this, but I had a heart attack at 29, and I'm still here. And more recently, as of 2018, I had a pulmonary embolism, and I'm still here. I was hit and run by a drunk driver when I was in high school as a sophomore, and I'm still here. So the theme that I'm working with is, since my higher source saw it fit for me to still be here and be able to use my body, my mind, my spirit, I have decided to dedicate myself to helping other people avoid some of those pitfalls, because it sucks having a heart attack. And I had to unlearn some of the things that I thought I knew, and got myself into better shape. And so why not turn around and share my knowledge, my life experience, to help other people, shorten that time frame so they can be more successful quicker than I was. And I'm like Zig Ziglar. I think this is his model. If you help enough people get what they want, you will always have what you want. And ever since I heard that, it's been in the back of my mind. I installed it into my DNA, and that's what I'm living by. So that's what I want to do, and I'm sticking to it.
That's the only way, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, right. So that's what we represent, and when we combined our superpowers, we just, that broadcast frequency that we broadcast out just gets exponentially multiplied, and those who are ready will pick up on that frequency, and they'll dive right in. That's the way I see it.
That's it. You can't change who you are. Might as well let them know what you are up front, and let them make their decisions.
Yeah.
That way, if they like what you got, they like what you got. You ain't got to fake it. If they don't like it, good. Move along.
Yeah.
I ain't got time.
Yes. I have a hashtag for that. It's called TMF, which stands for Train Moves Forward.
Yeah, it does. Well, I look forward to seeing your. What are you putting together? Like a program, a class?
I'm still working on the delivery of it, because this is still inception phase. Because I've been talking about it with Mighty Mouse. I was in counseling when I was in Florida with some family members, and so as a result, I'm trying to figure out which format is going to provide the most ease and flow for me, and be effective for the end receiver, which is the client or the relationship that develops. I need to make sure that it's fun for me, effective for them. And then once that gets decided, we're going to move forward. So stand by on that. I'll keep you posted.
I'm looking forward to seeing your idea become manifest to the marketplace. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. But I love the fact that we talked about ideas and the steps that are involved. But yeah, inspired action is definitely way better than forced action. And that's what I want to convey to you as you might be listening to this. If I can share anything with you, is be brave, be courageous in bringing your ideas out, because the world needs them. We each have a unique fingerprint, and there's no one else on earth quite like you. And so we are all deprived of greatness without your gift. And so I'm inviting you to join us, join Aaron, join myself, join somebody who's going to put logs on your fire of desire and not piss on them, because there's some people out there like that. They'll just piss on all your fires. But so we want to separate those from the crowd and just surround yourself with people who are, fire starters, and go with it. Anything else you want to say before we sign off, Aaron?
Oh man, you just got to top it off with a little bit of awesome sauce.
Oh, wait a minute. I think we got a comment real quick. Let me go check on that. Oh, my girl, that's Cordina right there.
How are you going to get a comment and not bring it up?
Yes, do your naturalness. Be unique. Hercules, Cordina, I will give you that. That's awesome. Thank you for tuning in, my champion. She is also a member of the CLN. So, Aaron, take a moment to talk about the CLN and why people should join.
Oh, join because you're there. Join because Corinda's there. Join because I'm there. Join because there is a ton of awesome stuff. Yeah. That's actually very high level premium stuff.
Yeah.
That our hosts and our facilitators have opened up just for being a member of the CLN. So nice. That's one. Number two, yeah, there's some other great stuff that is super premium that is way worth it. And oh gosh, I have to mention, did I mention we're planning a seasonal summit? We're all going to get together and give our best stuff away to people in a summit where they can come and tune in and check out the summit and check out the CLN for 2 weeks at no charge, just for giving their email. And
yes,
and
it's a fun time. It's a fun time, I tell you right now. And Cordina she just signed off. She just signed off on it too. CLN is awesome. Everyone should be there, and she is not joking, guys. So thank you, Cordina, for that co-creation for real. Yes. So if you're into that, if you are tuned into it in the least bit, if you're tapped into what we're talking about here, if you're turned on by any of this at all, then take action. Let me know what I can do. Send me a private message. Drop a comment below.
I'm gonna let you know what you can do.
Yeah.
I see this as kind of a little back end insight behind the screen door. Look at actually what is going on in this co-creation. And Xavier, I want to invite you to come along And, let's do this. Let me put the heat to the feet. Let me put the foot to the flame. Let me put the heat to the feet and say, yeah, let's move your idea forward into the marketplace. And you know where you can find me? I'm in the CLN, and that is what I do as far as helping you out there in the audience and you, Xavier.
Yeah.
Take this idea and bring it to manifest it into reality, into your reality. It may seem, I'm inviting you, Xavier, to hit me up, take part in my little accountability program.
Okay.
Where I call it, the millionaire's dream. And it's not about the millions. It's about the dream. And it's not that I'm following mine, but I will follow yours. And as I follow your dream, I will continue to put the heat to your feet to kind of poke and prod and say, hey, did you make a little baby step forward from where you are? Make one little baby step forward this time. And I'll keep you accountable. This is all part of the process of the power productive play. Hey, I love having these conversations of excellence with you, Xavier. Nice. What a great opportunity to schedule more conversations with another awesome person doing fun stuff, talking about ideas and bringing things to reality. Wow, I'm inspired. I don't have to do this. There ain't no boss coming telling me, oh man, you better go and make sure Xavier gets his idea marketed and put it together. No, I get to. I'm inspired. I want to. I hope to see your idea making that little bit of progress, one baby step at a time. Until you're sitting back going, gosh, how hard was that? How easy was that to play my main man Aaron to get out there talking Hercules and all this? And look what we did at the end of the day.
That's it, man. That's it. Because, I'll give you this. This will be a little bit more of ammunition for you. But my verb words for this year is ease and flow. So anything that I feel like will add to ease or add to my flow, I'm going to say yes to. Everything else probably won't get much reaction from me. But this will add in. I'll put this in that bucket, and so stay tuned. I will accept some of that challenge, and we're going to move. Now, I will admit, my train moves a little bit slower than others because I just like the journey. I'm one of those people who did not ask mom, "Are we there yet?" I would always just look out the window and be like, "Wow, look at that scenery. That's pretty cool." That stuff. I'm not the impatient type. So I want to focus more on, because I think it's juicy when you get to focus on the journey towards whatever that it is. Because here's the thing, when you get there, guess what your mind is going to do?
Where do I go next?
Yes.
Back on that. I get home, I'm like, oh man, I need to be on the road. When I'm on the road trip, I'm like sitting behind the car going, this is where I'm supposed to be. Yeah. On my way to there, so I can be on my way to there again. That's all I need is right now. And that really is, a huge point. And I like to stress, the power of productive play, the destination itself, or the journey itself is in fact the destination. Yeah. You get excited, inspired to go and spend that time. It doesn't matter how many places we went, Xavier. Once we get to that point where we're excited about the now, excited about the moment, excited about the journey, we've made it. We've made it because we get to go. We get to be in the process. We get to have a moment of play. Yeah. And it's all about that play. If I could play every day, and I'm going to, that's where I'm going to be. Yeah. Cordina chimes in. She says, Corinda, she says, it's all about the journey. Life is for experiencing. That is the being human adventure. So that is exactly what we're talking about. See, now the feeling of this frequency feels good to me because we got 3 people, and who knows who might be watching this now or later,
who get to tune in and tap in and get turned on. And maybe our conversation inspires something in them. And that, to me, that's another beautiful aspect of this great expansion that we are taking part in right now.
Forever in the now.
Yeah, forever in the now. So, man, I think this is a great place to bring the train to a close and get it prepared for our next conversation of excellence. But I had fun with you, as my intention was. And thank you, Corinda, for chiming in and being with us. I appreciate that. Aaron, any parting words?
Top it off with awesome sauce, Xavier.
Well, you know me, man. You got a lot of choices out there, and some of them might be pretty good. But the question you always want to ask yourself is this: why be mediocre when you have the ability to be excellent? That's my time. Thank you, Aaron, for coming down and spending time with me. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I will see you next time. Stay right there, Aaron.